What's going on YouTube? Hannah back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we are going to be looking at XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, as well as Solana and the S&P 500. Now, as you can tell, I am currently away from my computer and my keyboard. I am traveling right now, but I will be home and normal videos will be back on schedule tomorrow. So the change of scenery will be temporary, unfortunately. But what we are going to be looking at in today's video is a continuation off of yesterday's episodes where we were discussing the fact that a lot of these cryptocurrencies are hitting its bottom, hitting its lowest point in the markets, and we're most likely going to be starting to see some reversal or some new technical indicators forming at the bottom here, and we should expect to see markets start to swing back up, which is what I'm most excited for, and I'll explain more about that in a minute with you guys. Now, as you can see, if I jump right over to here, yesterday we made a video talking about how we just discovered what could be some sort of descending fractal, a bull flag forming on like Ethereum here, as we have other technical indicators forming on a lot of these major cryptocurrencies, which is exciting because it does reveal that movements to the upside could become apparent very soon. Obviously, you guys know the halving is coming. Today's the 17th. At a minimum of 2 days from today, between the 19th and 21st, we should be having that Bitcoin halving, and hopefully after that, we start to see cryptocurrencies rally to the upside, which is what I'm most excited for. Now, I made a video yesterday saying that the halving will make us explode, and I've shown a lot of proof as to why I believe that. We already hit all-time highs on Bitcoin, so for anyone that says that crypto is dead, at this point here, I don't know where you would, what you'd think that it's gone silent. I'm hearing crickets from a lot of those people that said crypto is over and this is it, because right now we're seeing incredible movements to the upside here, and by no surprise, I think we're going to continue that. Now, the correction to the downside that happened recently more so could be in favor the way we look at this. I am biased because I do think that we're in a bull market, or we're going to be continuing a bull market. So I think this correction right before the halving actually is good news if you look at it, because that means that it equates to a higher percentage rally when the time comes. Instead of us breaking out after the halving at $75,000 at Bitcoin's all-time highs, well, now we would be doing it closer to $60,000. So that gives us about a $15,000 wiggle room before we start that rally, if that makes sense. Like, instead of the rally happening up here and then soaring off, well, now we'll have a rally all the way up to here. And what that equates to percentage-wise, and then we'll jump into today's video, you could see price-wise, we're now going to get a 18% lift off instead of starting off at 17.5 or 75,000, if that makes sense. But with that being said, definitely make sure to smash that like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and let's jump right into today's video. So guys, super quick before we dive into the technical analysis, as you guys know, Bitfi, the #1 cryptocurrency leveraging exchange, is doing a couple of really cool giveaways that I want to show you guys super quick. If you click the link down, the first link at the top of the description below, you'll be brought to this page where you can unlock up to $400 in USDT rewards by simply filling out the event contest and just reading some of these terms here. They also have rewards of up to $2,800 and higher for certain deposit incentives and stuff like that, which is super cool. So just a way to get some free cryptocurrency, some free bonus money to simply just by joining the exchange is awesome, and it is there if you want it for the taking here. So just make sure to check out that link down in the description below. Anywho, diving into today's video, quick refresh reveals that the markets are trading down 0.4. We're at 60 now on the Fear of Greed Index, which is definitely a good sign because this now levels us off and gives us that room and potential for the halving. I think this is all planned pretty well. We've seen it happen in the past on certain charts, but as we near the halving, markets move up. We see percentages move up 60, 70% here, but then closer to the halving, we can see markets kind of deteriorate, correct down a little bit, and then after the halving, we soar 100, 200, 300, 400%, which is incredible. That's what we expect to happen now, and this is perfect because the halving, which is right around the corner, is now at 60 on the Fear and Greed Index, where we're starting, instead of 90. So that gives us so much more room and upside potential swing for these markets, and I think it's absolutely incredible that we're seeing this. So for those that are seeing, red across the board, bloody markets across the board, it's a good thing. Don't look at it as a negative here. With markets down 9%, 13%, 20%, 20%, this gives us room and potential to see the movements to the upside here. It's not a bear market. It's a healthy correction inside a bull market, which is needed for us to continue to soar up. And honestly, buying cryptos when they're down 20% is a huge score, because very soon we're going to be up 20%. We're going to be up 40%. So keep my word to that. Very soon in the next couple of weeks, we'll be seeing the exact opposite of what we're seeing on this screen. Bitcoin up or down 8.9, Ethereum down 13, BNB down 8, Solana down 20, XRP down 20. Soon we're going to see a flip, and a lot of these cryptos are going to be reversing up, which I'm super excited for. Now, as I left off yesterday, we had this ascending broadening wedge. We're inside our 5th bull flag. We broke bearish, as you guys know. We had the bull flag right here. Sorry, we broke out. And then recently we formed an ascending broadening wedge, and we broke bearish from that. We fell through it and fell to the downside here. And as we're correcting lower, we're starting to develop a new pattern. Ascending broadening wedges typically break bearish. That's what we're experiencing now. But if I zoom in, you'll notice here new patterns are forming. And this is what I wanted to talk about here. This is what I wanted to kind of pinpoint, figure out, and hopefully draw some indicators on. Now, I don't know just yet how we're going to be able to do this, because it's way too early for us to tell. So we're going to have to let things pan out a bit more before we can buy in or basically predict what exactly is happening here. But you can see at the start, it almost looks like there's some sort of symmetrical triangle forming here. You can even see the itsy bitsy tiny one that actually led to the breakout that we didn't track before on XRP. Beautiful ascending triangle broke us down, easy short opportunity. Now we're seeing some sort of symmetrical triangle, which typically we actually break out of here. When we fall into these, they break us, or they actually break us down. That's, I'm incorrect. These typically break us down, but we're trying to find new indicators here. And because the markets are slowly starting to, trend longer here, we're starting to develop more patterns. And ideally what we're waiting for now is to buy in. And, obviously we're not on the daily charts where things aren't as aggressive, but as time moves on, we're slowly developing new indicators. Like this is slowly forming here, and this will allow us to either buy in or short, so on and so forth here. Hopefully we can get those results fairly soon here, but you can see as we've had 1, 2, 3, 4 days of consolidation, if we zoom into like the 4-hour charts here, we're starting to develop a newer pattern, and this is opening up doors or opportunities for us to take advantage of. Now, obviously, this is an hourly chart. It is extremely aggressive to trade on any chartings or any cryptos on an hourly chart. Just keep that in mind, that if you're going to play around on this, it's a get in, get out. We break through here, we see a big run, it could easily reverse down, and this would be the only size of the run here. So keep that in mind, as these are very small. It's not that certain, and they're very quick to move here. And there's only 2 points of confirmation, so it could very easily reverse out of this, or this might not even be an indicator just yet, and one's starting to form. So just consider that. But there are some indicators starting to appear on these cryptos. We do have bigger ones that we can look at. Like Ethereum and Bitcoin look a lot better. Now, obviously, we do these trades on Bitfi because they are the #1 cryptocurrency leveraging exchange that I like to use here on the channel. Bitfi lets me buy long, sell short, leverage trade, create stop losses, take profits. Everything you'd want to do on an exchange is offered on Bitfi. Free to use, free to sign up, which is awesome here. They have welcome rewards, and they even have a demo trading account. So what that means is you guys can earn over $2K besides the $400 I showed you this morning by signing up and completing these advanced tasks and new user tasks right here. And then on top of that, they have a demo trading account, which allows those beginners and even advanced people to stay as sharp as they are by trading around with $50,000 in, simulation money, monopoly money, whatever you want to call it. Practice your skills, get familiar with trading, or just learn the exchange. And then when you're ready, you can obviously switch on over to the live trading account and continue from where you left off or where you can begin. Now, besides XRP, when we're starting to see these small little indicators forming here, and take this with a grain of salt, it's in a very risky position right now to be trading on the hourly charts here. Let it play out a little more. Now, what I am focused on is cryptos like Ethereum and Bitcoin that are actually starting to, it might be their time. You can see the beautiful bull flag starting to appear in Ethereum. Beautiful uptrend, flag pull, lower high, lower low movement here. As we fill this gap in, bottom supports are being retested, and at some point we're going to have to make a decision. Hopefully, it's either we're going to pan out inside of here, but ideally this run might be an opportunity to capitalize on. If we rally up, we could easily make a long position here. Let's see how this pans out, because obviously if I jump to the hourly charts, we're going to see a similar charting like I said before. We might even see, no, actually it's there. It's clear. It's pretty clear. You can see on the hourly charts here, there's some sort of downtrend forming here, some sort of symmetrical triangle filling in the gap here. If I jump to the 3-hour, maybe it becomes a little clearer. You can see this movement here, symmetrical triangle forming. And if I jump even to like the daily charts here, you can see how this is all panning out inside of a much bigger bull flag. My opinion is these will typically rally us up. So I'm looking for a run to the upside here. You can play it on the hourly charts, as that's what's really consolidating right now. And if we see this break, I would suspect to see a run up to probably $3,600. So again, I'm showing you aggressive trades. You know, keep that in mind. Aggressive trades equal get in and get out. You know, daily. You know, within the day, within the past couple of hours here, something to consider. We're also seeing new indicators forming on Bitcoin. I have to tweak these ever so slightly because we caught onto this symmetrical triangle forming here extremely early. You can already see the higher lows and lower high formations here as they fill in the gap decision. At some point, we'll have to be made, but much later on. But the fact that we caught onto this early means that there's a chance that when markets start to settle and we start to see us correct, if we don't break down, I'd be shocked if we break down. But if all goes well, we would expect to see a reversal back up to retest 70,069.5 on Bitcoin here. If that happens, that's an opportunity to take advantage of here. Reversals, because we're at the bottom. A lot of these cryptos pretty much bottomed off on a lot of these markets here, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see reversal back up to here. Bitcoin is trading at like 37 though, so it's a little bit different. We're at 37, 38 here. So who knows what's to happen, but I would suspect to see correction up to 70K fairly soon on Bitcoin here. And then the S&P is just continuing to dump, continuing to correct here. Lower high, lower low pattern, continuing to correct here. And I think it's going to continue to scale us down to moving average here. And that's when I plan on starting to buy in and starting to dollar cost average. Because if I jump then to the weekly charts here, you can see how much lower the potential downside is. We're in a big position here. Let me mark out on the daily where. So bottom would be right around here. This would be target. And then if I jump to the weekly charts here, let me just stop that. If I jump to the weekly charts here, so you can see where bottom is right now. That's yellow. But we could even fall down to white and retest that worst case scenario. And what that means is this is when I would plan on buying in. For the start, you know, from where we started, it would be an 8.5% drop, and the lowest point could be a 17.5% drop. I think anything less than like 15% indicates a bear market, but we'll double check that right now. What indicates a bear market for the stock market? Percentage, okay, so 20%. So a 10% or 15% drop wouldn't be a bear market, but it would be a pretty big correction here. I don't think we're going to see a 20% correction. I don't think we have that in us right now. From the peak, from where we started to, correction to the downside at most would be 16%. I don't think we dip lower than that, and it would be well below our moving average here, which is possible, but I think that would be an undervalued movement we could buy in, and then we just rebound off of it quite nicely. We're getting close to being oversold on the daily too, but I would think an 8 to 16% on the aggressive side of things here is where I suspect this correction to start taking place. Anywho, that's it for today's video. Make sure to smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe. See you in tomorrow's episode. Peace.